probably time to go. This is Nud's show, yeah, this is Nud's show. And if you ain't one of them, it's probably time to go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm, of course, Hickory the Drunk and Underwhelming. Welcome to TDAU Alive. It's episode 2. Europe burns, Chicago freezes, and I've got shows. That's right. We're going to talk about For Me for a minute here. And Sean was already down there in the comments. Sean, thank you for being here, brother. The host with the most, with the force of 10 men. Tune into soon if you'll be drunk again. That actually, we might have to. Yeah, I gotta make a note of that because that's like it's too good. That might have to. We might have to write a shanty. Another one. So let me just note that down. Sorry, that's host with the most. The force of 10 men. Tune in soon. Yeah, I like the rhyming there. Tune in soon to see if he'll be drunk again. Yeah, that's solid, dude. We're into Shantytown. That's gonna be great. Sean said, as the world turns down, the world burns. And music video suggestion for the week, Dirt Miller, Kansas City. It's dirty and gritty. I believe you'll like it. I'll have to check that out. Thank you for the suggestion. You look like the next Amish Yoder. Like Yoda? Or is Yoder a thing? I don't know. Thank you, beautiful assistant. I appreciate that. Anyways, awesome week. Of course, it's awesome because I'm here with you guys, which is sweet. It's Wednesday night. And here to ready to have a cocktail. But yeah, Monday I was with the beautiful GW Foley in a fine arts center of a college filming a special. And yeah, it's right. My another persona, Kyle Hickory, did 5 minutes of stand-up and it was awesome. And I'm excited beginning a video of that at some point soon to share with you folks. Because it's a popular Amish last name. Yoder, the drunk and underwhelming, driving his carriage all over the place. Yeah, just let the horses take me home. That's the for this Amishman. Raise a couple barns and let the horses take me home. That's it's like pitching a tent, but more structurally sound. It's made of hickory. That's anyways, yeah, Monday was awesome. Filmed with G-Dubs, did a stand-up set, which was really, really fun. I haven't done that in like forever. It was fun. We helped him film a project. I hope I'm allowed to talk about it. I assume I am. I'm not going to like give anything away, really. There's no spoilers. I'm not going to spoil any of the wonderful jokes or anything. I'm going to wait and I'll share those videos as they become available. Sean said I was the little red-headed stranger doing good. He's busy as hell. And, but as good news, I did just secure him. He will be on TDAU Live coming up next month. Don't you worry. He's not gone forever. He's just he's busy as hell. But he might be here with a very special episode around the Yuletide season, the time of year where formerly on the Drunken Under Quarantine show and now carrying over into TDAU Live, a certain intoxicated North Pole man might stop by and we'll have a good old chat between two magic men, as it were. But there's a good chance my beautiful ginger, Mr. GW Foley, will be dropping by on that episode, and then we'll be doing a one-on-one episode at one point. Yeah, I was trying to be as cryptic as I could, but who knows, maybe it's Krampus. I'd really love to get the Grinch to come on, but it's probably a little out of the budget. So yeah, Monday was awesome. We filmed. I had like a great set. A lot of fun stuff that I haven't thought about in a while, and it got me kind of excited. And might have to book some stand-up at some point. And then coming up Friday, and I forgot to announce it last week, so sorry everyone. But yeah, Friday I'll be out at the Grange Theater in Pomfret, Vermont, doing a Christmas holiday special for the Vermont Comedy Festival. So yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Not something I expected, but something that is happening. It's going to be a lot of fun. Feels like the plan is it's kind of more, it's not going to be like a straight show like what I would normally do, where I have like a set amount of time. It's usually short show for Hickory's like 10 to 12, normally 15, more like 20 is like a solid chunk. Or if I do a full show, it's about an hour. But I have a couple openers, so the whole show is probably like an hour and a half when I do the full thing, but which I haven't done in a while. Hickory host shows probably last about an hour and a half. Those have typically 5 to 6 other artists and me hosting. But this one's going to be kind of more like a play. I'm kind of excited. I haven't done that. While I have been doing some acting here and there, I'm definitely not prepared, and I'm going to have a blast. It's going to be so much fun. I'm really excited, and I know I got my part on lock. That's like, and I'm just going to go in happy as hell. And I got a Santa hat that fits over my my magician's cap, and we're gonna have a blast. And the last thing to share about me personally before we get into the show, and a bunch of ridiculous topics that we have to cover this week, some that I don't want to, but we're gonna have to because we got to address it, but some that are also just ridiculous and absurd, and really demonstrate how much we're living in clown world. But yeah, so this is it. I've been working on, I think I played it a while ago, and it's actually on my YouTube channel, the original version, but been working on the Magic Man Wellerman parody, which will be my walkout song for when I perform shows live. Yeah, I guess redoing the music for the show really kicked me somewhere tender, and now I would be that wrench that broke Christmas. That would be great. We should definitely do that, Sean. That would be fun. We should do that the week before. We'll do this the Self-Checkout Employees Union Christmas special the week before, and then do the regular Christmas special the week of. That would be super fun. Anyways, this is I'll play like the first little bit of it. I don't want to I'm kind of worried it's going to kick copyright for something, just because it's like the same melody as a lot of songs, but the original song is totally fair use because it's like from the 1700s. But yeah, here we go. I'll play a section of it. We'll play the full one towards the end of the show, and that way I can look back and see if I got a copyright thingy on it, because it won't hurt me at the end of the show, because it'll be the end of the show. And what really happens is like nothing's bad will happen. It'll just not share the show for other people. Anyways, this is the Magic Man.
There once was a magician named Hickory who wasn't too funny with a belly of tea. Nerves went up, the beers went down, oh boys too drunk for the show. Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when your show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go.
Okay, so yeah, that's all I'm going to share from that. Anyways, we'll get right into the show. I have some other things to share after in the late portion, but yeah, I guess we'll get into the main part. Thank you guys for being here. Welcome to TDAU Live.
Yeah, back baby.
Are you saying you want to show me your tits?
This is the story of a drunk who grew up kind of a punk, and then all his friends left him, and now he's here alone. It's the story of a drunk who grew up kind of punk, now he's here doing the drunken underwhelming live show.
This is a weird show.
Drunken underwhelming live show. Drunken underwhelming live show. Drunken underwhelming live show.
That's right, the Drunken Underwhelming Live show. TDAU Live, thank you guys for being here. This is obviously episode 2. Europe burns, Chicago freezes, and I've got shows. Hope you guys all had a beautiful Thanksgiving last week. I know I certainly did. It was a wonderful little holiday, and I ate way too much, and I continued to eat nothing but Thanksgiving food for 3 or 4 days. It was wonderful. And now I'm out of leftovers, which is good. It would probably not be too great right now. Yeah, glad that's gone. But thank you guys for joining me. We're of course in the first few episodes, so still getting the hang of doing this awesome show all by my lonesome. But we got a whole bunch of stories to get into. And what was the oh yeah, we're gonna go with the funny-ish one first. Yeah, because the rest are kind of like, sad, existential and stuff. Sean said the turkey will never go away. It seems to get bigger every time I open the refrigerator. It's still growing. Sean, you're supposed to kill the turkey before you cook it, my friend. Maybe that's the problem. But we could solve, I mean, if you got more of those turkeys that just continue to get bigger every time, we could really solve some hunger problems, I think. Not that I have them. I'm pretty full, to be honest. But, you know, there's those out there. Anyways, let's get into it. Peak Clown World. How the drunk is this news? Sports Illustrated reportedly published articles by fake AI-generated writers. That's right, my friends. We went straight to jump the shark territory. Yeah, we're no longer talking about AI articles. No, my friends. We're talking about AI journalists. Not just the articles created by AI, but the pictures of the journalists, the biographies, the whole thing. What? Oh, we live in peak clown world, and I'm all here for it. They say Sports Illustrated published articles by fake authors with AI-generated profile pictures, Futurism reported. The magazine denied using AI, but said it would take down the articles while it investigated. It's the latest publication to get called out for it apparently using AI. Sports Illustrated has become the latest publication called out. The magazine said it'll take down several articles after a report found they're written by fake AI-generated authors. It's phenomenal. Futurism identified two Sports Illustrated writers, Drew Ortiz and Sora Tanaka. Sorry, Miss AI-generated person, if I pronounced your name wrong, or Sora. I don't think I misgendered you, but it's hard to tell. I don't know what pronouns the AI wants. That's like impossible. Whose biographies appeared to be fake. Their photos are available on sites selling AI-generated headshots under labels neutral white young adult male and joyful Asian young adult female. Okay, I guess I wasn't too far off. The articles use their bylines are also full of clunky language, typical of AI-generated content. A piece of Ortiz warns that volleyball can be a little tricky to get into, especially without an actual ball to practice. I mean, maybe that's a sad story about a medical procedure he had when he was younger, and you're shaming the AI, you ableist bastards. Two anonymous sources involved in the creation of the articles in question told Futurism that Sports Illustrated had been using AI to create fake author profiles, said that some articles under their names were generated by AI. In a statement to Futurism, Sports Illustrated owner Arena Group, I thought that was going to be a name for a second. I was like, how do you pronounce Arena? No, it's Arena Group. Denied publishing AI-generated articles, but said they were removing the pieces while an internal investigation took place. An Arena representative said the articles were licensed content produced by an external third-party company named Advon Commerce and a now-defunct partnership. Poor Advon. Playing the game, and they got caught. February, the Sports Illustrated publisher announced it would begin experimenting with AI. The Arena CEO, Ross Levinson, said the company would not crank out AI content. It's not the only digital publisher who got hot water over AI. Newspaper publisher Gannett, which I don't know, posits rollout of an AI-generated sports article in August after they're mocked on social media for bizarre phrasing. One report described a college football game as a close encounter of the athletic kind. Oh, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Sean said, my concern is how it identifies analog or digital. It could really be a transistor problem. Yeah, I know, man. It's where it's headed. Transistor problems all over the place. Explosion of popularity generated of AI has raised fears that tools such as ChatGPT could be used to flood the web with substandard and plagiarized content. As if it isn't already. Like, that's the joke. The joke is they're concerned about it now, but it's really been the thing the whole time, is that the internet's just been flooded with substandard plagiarized content. I mean, look at my channel. That's a reaction channel joke. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be insensitive. Report from NewsGuard in August identified dozens of sites using chatbots to churn out news stories from respected outlets, describing it as turbocharged plagiarism. Arena Group did not immediately respond to a request for a comment from Insider made outside normal working hours. Yeah, because call at the end of the day and then be surprised when they don't respond, right? That's crazy how they don't respond while they're not working. Who would have thought? Let's see. We'll get right into the unfortunate local news. Well, I mean, it's fortunate that the person was caught, but unfortunate that in one of the most liberal cities and liberal states in the country, there was a shooting of 3 young Palestinian men. Suspect in the shooting of 3 men of Palestinian descent in Vermont pleads not guilty. In Burlington, Vermont, 3 college students, Palestinian descent, out for a walk in Vermont were seriously injured over the weekend when a man shot them at close range on a city street. An attack being investigated as possible hate crime, authorities said Monday. A scumbag whose name we're not going to acknowledge, 48, made his initial court appearance by video from jail on 3 accounts of attempted murder, and a plea of not guilty is entered on his behalf Monday. He was ordered held without bail. The U.S. Department of Justice, along with Vermont authorities, were investigating whether Saturday's shooting was a hate crime amid an increase in threats against Jewish, Muslim, and Arab communities across the U.S. since the Israeli-Hamas war began. Attorney General Merrick Garland said, "There's an understandable fear in communities across the country." 3 men, all aged 20, were spending their Thanksgiving break in Burlington and were out for a walk while visiting one of the victim's relatives while they were confronted by a white man with a handgun. They stated that the person had not made any comments to them and had merely approached them while they were walking down the street, essentially minding their own business, said the police chief. 2 of the young men were struck in their torsos. The other was hit in his lower extremities. All 3 were being treated at the UVM medical center, and one faces long recovery because of a spinal injury. I've been with them almost constantly since Saturday. Been listening to them talk to one another, and they try to process events. And I'm blown away by their resilience, by their good humor, and in the face of these difficult times, said Rich Price, the uncle of one of the students. Yeah, they don't really go into whether they have figured out if it was or not, or if it was targeted. All they really said was that he just walked up and shot them. So, I mean, maybe? Like, I don't know, man. It's Burlington. It's, like, that's where I'm stumped, is because, like, in most places, I'd be like, okay, yes, this was a attack based on their nationality and religion. But yeah, it's Burlington, man. I don't know. This seems like it was maybe a random act of violence like we see up there sometimes, because you know, people on all sorts of drugs be crazy. Not excusing anything, because that's awful. Like, don't shoot people. More importantly, don't hang out in Burlington, Vermont. That's let's get right into the next one. As we said, Europe burns. French far-right protests over stabbing were stirred by Dublin riots. Is that a source? From Reuters. Nighttime protests across France over the past few days by ultra-right militants chanting Islam's out of Europe. Oh. Jean said most likely his best defense would be insanity. I mean, it's hard to say that's not it. It's there's probably a lot of people up that way that would have a really good shot at that type of defense, to be honest. Nighttime protests across France over the past few days by ultra-right militants chanting Islam out of Europe have been fanned by last week's rioting in Dublin, a French intelligence source and far-right Telegram communications indicate. The demonstrations and protests at the fatal November 19th stabbing of a teenager were an attempt by the far-right to, quote, convince the French public that immigration is the cause of crime. Far-right expert and political scientist Jean-Yves Camus said. Far-right expert? Interesting. Far-right politicians framed the murder of the teenager named Thomas in the southeastern village of Crépole as an attack on France and what France represents, as witnesses alleged that the assailants were of Arab origin. 9 people have been arrested in connection with the killing, which followed a village ball, the authorities said. On Monday, hundreds marched in Lyon, Rennes, Grenoble, and about 100 people marched in the southern town of Romans-sur-Isère. Yeah, sorry, I fucked that up. On Saturday, in the neighborhood of one of the alleged killers, the Dublin riots on November 23rd. Yeah, here is some video. Yep, this was in Dublin. That's why I think there was some non-related looting going on, of course, as opportunity finds its way. As far as I know, insanity does not have a color or race. No, lots of crazy, Sean. They come in every creed. A message sent on French far-right Telegram group seen by Reuters, videos of the Dublin riots were shared, highlighting what was the assailants' Algerian origin and hailing the reaction of the Irish far-right. Bravo to the resistance, one message said. came aside of Saturday's march in Rome's Roma Suricere differed from reactions by ultra-right groups to similar events in the past. His militants have traveled from around the country to head to one of the suspects' neighborhoods, revenge in mind. Yeah, not going so over well. They said there are about 3,000 violent ultra-right militants identified by French intelligence agencies. It's interesting how, like, normal people who are sick of supporting people who just show up where in their country are labeled far right. But okay, I guess I'm sure that'll work out. Good old Benjamin has a ton of people unwantedly camping outside of his house this evening, aka BB. Unwantedly camping. BB. Yep, not entirely sure I got it, but maybe I shouldn't. But yeah, this was here we go. Let's see who the Irish government's trying to blame over this whole thing. Oh, Conor McGregor accuses Irish officials of making him a scapegoat. Police are said to be investigating the former martial arts social media posts before and during the violence. Because yeah, I'm sure. The former mixed martial arts star Conor McGregor has accused Irish authorities of making him a scapegoat for the riot in Dublin last week. Amid reports police are investigating a social media post before and during the violence. McGregor on Wednesday accused the government of trying to deflect attention from stabbing attack on children, triggered anti-immigrant protest and anarchy in Ireland's capital on the 23rd of November. Attempt to scapegoat me all you wish, he posted on X, formerly Twitter. If it makes you feel better, I will take it. Jared and I are investigating social media posts from various accounts to determine if they indicted the mayhem that left vehicles torched, shops looted, and dozens of officers injured. Police did not name the accounts, but it has been reported to the one that belongs to McGregor. Yeah, I mean, like, really? It was his fault. Ireland, we are at war. The Dubliner post on the 22nd of November to 10.3 million followers in response to a report that non-nationals could now vote. Non-nationals could vote in local elections. Oh, that sounds very familiar, my friend, to a story that I've heard from places like New York. The next day, a man stabbed 3 children and a carer. Carer, like a person taking care of them. Sorry, I don't know why that struck me as weird. Stabbed 3 children and a carer, severely injuring one of the children and a woman outside a school of Parnell Square in central Dublin. As rumors spread that the suspect was a foreigner, he's a naturalized Irish citizen originally from Algeria. Yeah, so an immigrant. Hundreds of people, some chanting anti-immigrant slogans, gathered near the scene and began to riot. There's grave danger among us in Ireland. Should never be here in the first place, McGregor posted as fires burned on O'Connell Street. Mass use clashed with police. Make change or make way, Ireland, for victory. A separate post said, you reap what you sow. So yeah, it's a bunch of young people like trying to say they don't like their country being invaded, for lack of a better. Police said they're investigating a large volume of commentary on social media platforms to assess any potential breaches of criminal legislation. Labour Party's justice spokesperson, yeah, I can't read that, condemned McGregor's post. He knows what he's doing. He's not stupid. And for him to say Wednesday that Ireland's at war to his following is incredibly irresponsible. The day after the riot, McGregor said he did not condone the riots. Any attacks on the first responders in their line of duty or the looting and damaging of shops. But he said he understood people's frustrations and hinted at a possible tilt into activism or politics. A move must be made to ensure that change we need is ushered in and fast. I'm in the process of arranging, he posted. In a statement to The Guardian on Wednesday, McGregor said there is no place for violence and acts of hatred in Ireland. I'm praying that the streets will remain calm and peaceful. We Irish are known for our beautiful hearts, and we have a proud history of not accepting racism. The government must act decisively, he said. I do strongly believe our leaders must address the issue head on with seriously policy reforms regarding Ireland's immigration and refugee processes. This is not a time for debate and posturing. Our elected leaders must act in the best interest of Ireland's citizens, our beloved country's future. And yeah, that's pretty much France and Italy is dealing with some of this. And yeah, all of Europe. And which is fascinating because I keep seeing it's very confusing. I'm trying to figure out how this whole dynamic works, where the modern left stands with the indigenous people in some places. And meanwhile, these indigenous people are trying to fight the colonizers, which are all these immigrants rolling in, because the Irish people are the indigenous people of Ireland, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's just another brick in the wall of how the modern mainstream narrative is just all crap. It's fake. It's fake. Anyways, as Europe burns, Chicago freezes, and here we go. Let's get ready for winter, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago's first migrant camp slated to begin construction as an environmental report remains pending. So yeah, apparently just the other day, Chicago got like its first cold day. And there's videos pouring over social media of people being like, "This is bad. I want to go back home." And instead of buying plane tickets, we're gonna build a giant structure. Oh, BBNet. Yeah, I know. Okay. Huge press calling his ouster that BBNet you want to. Oh yeah, I mean that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised there. So workers are set building Chicago's first government-run tent encampment for migrants at southwest side lot. Officials said after a series of recent false starts and stops over the controversial base camp, workers on Tuesday will lay out materials, measure, and begin placing bases for the large encampment in Brighton Park. Mayor Brandon Johnson spokesperson Ronnie Reese said in a statement, barring complications, set up the tent structure at 38th Street and California Avenue, which seems like the perfect play. If you get a California Avenue, you should probably set up the homeless encampment there. I mean, I'm just saying it seems very apropos. Could begin as early as Wednesday, Reese said. Chicago's first migrant camp would arrive about 3 months after the mayor first revealed the idea as a way to get the asylum seekers off police station floors and sidewalks and into heated tents before winter. Since then, his plan has faced pushback from Brighton Park residents who say they fear the impact of new arrivals to their neighborhood, as well as immigration advocates who worry about the conditions at the encampment. As if the conditions at the encampment would possibly be worse than the conditions on the sidewalk in Chicago in the middle of winter. No, they want hotels. That's like the barring complications set up for the tent start. Like, can you imagine the goal of somebody to go to a place that's not theirs and just demand a free hotel room? I just it's insane, like what these people think dirt poor Americans get, and to be honest, what they are getting, it's mind-boggling. Chicago's first migrant camp would arrive about 3 months after the mayor first revealed the idea as a way to get asylum seekers off police station floors and sidewalks, blah, blah, blah. The pace of finding suitable locations and assessing how environmentally safe they are for people to live on has also been slower than expected. I would argue that there's not too many places that are safe to live in Chicago. All the construction and then setup is being done by Garda World Federal Services, a private security firm that the state's contracting to build and run the camps. Yeah, I'm sure they're really bummed out that they're getting a bunch of government money. So employees arrived at the site Monday to deliver equipment and materials such as stone and graded the site. Yeah, meanwhile, there's an ongoing assessment. There's going to be 2,000 migrants there. And they keep calling them asylum seekers, even though they're economic migrants, clearly. Considering some of them are already like, it's too cold, I want to go back. Sean said, chat be crazy different tonight, fighting the algorithm, I believe. Huh. Yeah, dude, I've put up everyone I've seen so far, and yeah, on through StreamYard. I haven't actually checked YouTube itself. It's a little weird. Okay. Right into the next one. Don't worry, guys. Don't be scared at all. China said it's fine. How concerning is the spike in respiratory illnesses in China? You know, it's like, whatever. China said it was fine, and the WHO said, don't worry. Don't worry. It's not like the last time China said it was no big deal, right? It's oh man, it lines up right too. Like November, early December. was when about 4 years ago, just in time to, pick up steam and really help the following election. Yeah, mind-boggling. That's crazy how that happens, right? Damn. Who would have thunk? But here we got the article. Hospitals in northern China and Beijing have reported a surge in number of children with respiratory illnesses, including pneumonia. Last week, the World Health Organization asked China to provide more information on the cases. Based on what is known thus far, how concerning are these other cases? Why might there be a surge in respiratory illness? Should people traveling to China rethink their plans? What additional precautions should governments, health systems, and individuals take? To help us understand the situation, I spoke with CNN Wellness medical expert Dr. Leanna Wen. Dr. Wen is an emergency physician. She said, thus far, based on what we know from the WHO, I don't think the spike in respiratory illness should cause global concern. What would be most worrisome to the international medical community is if a new pathogen is emerging, as it did in the form of COVID-19 in the winter of 2019. Yes. Yeah, like the winter of 2023. Fascinating. Ooh, migrant glamping. That sounds like a good punk band name. Migrant glamping. I like that. After WHO requested additional information from Chinese health authorities, it received data that indicates the increases in outpatient visits and hospital visits can be attributed to rise in known existing pathogens. Specifically, that there's been an increase in pneumonia due to the bacteria Mycoplasma pneumonia since May, and a risk in influenza, adenovirus, and respiratory syncytial virus, RSV. Since October, the spikes are not unexpected given the lifting of COVID-19 restrictions and similar experience in other countries. Importantly, no new pathogen has been detected. There's also been no unusual clinical presentation, with children appearing much sicker than normal. But yeah, here we go. And Ben just liked the show. Thanks for being out there, dude. But yeah, just one of those. Should we worry about it? No. But on the flip side, it also makes me wonder if this is just like let's just float this out here to kind of scare people and remind them that how the government will just only clamp down real hard this time. Because, they totally know what they're doing. There's no way that our big, beautiful government would not know exactly what the hell's going on. That's for sure. Because just trust the WHO, right? Like, they totally had it right the first time. So, no point in asking questions. Just like there's no point in asking questions what happens when you just make debt disappear. Yeah, President Biden announces student loan forgiveness. This was, this was an old one. I meant to, god damn. He just did another, it's so often that this dude's giving out, loan forgiveness. I mean, it's been a bunch, there we go, Forbes. A bunch of them after declared unconstitutional. And dumb some facts, Hong Kong Phooey, #1 super guy. Hong Kong Phooey, quicker than the human eye. Yeah. I only remember that one because of Saturday Morning Cartoons Greatest Hits. That was a great, great album. 800,000 student loan borrowers get forgiveness emails from Biden administration. Yeah, this was just an hour ago from Forbes. Editorial note, we earn a commission for partner links on Forbes Advisor. About 813,000 student loan borrowers are receiving emails from the Biden administration announcing the forgiveness of their student loan debt and inviting them to share their experiences. The loan forgiveness, originally announced in August, affects borrowers who weren't credited for payments that would have made them eligible for student loan forgiveness under income-driven repayment or IDR plans. Students whose loans were improperly placed into forbearance after Department of Education rules were also targeted by this initiative. Email which has billed a message for President Biden reads, "In far too long, the student loan program failed to live up to its commitments. So we're not going to fix it. We're just going to drive inflation up a little more. And millions like you never got the relief you were owed because of errors and administration failures." Yeah, you were owed. You totally deserve it, guys. You totally, the statistically highest earners in the country totally deserve a break. Am I right? Yeah, 1%. Let's go. The Biden administration has already launched. Yeah, like, I wonder if a comment got like StreamYard did something weird there. I don't know. Biden administration said it already eliminated over 127 billion in student loan debt, 3.6 million qualifying American borrowers. More than 5 million borrowers have been enrolled in the Savings on a Valuable Education Plan, 2.9 million having no minimum monthly payment. Yeah, because that's how things work. You should totally be able to like have money and not have to pay it back, because that it really makes me feel good knowing that uh, knowing that all the people who've already paid it back, like responsible adults, don't get anything, and the people who couldn't afford to go to college don't get anything. But don't you worry, all the people who took out a shitload of money for their gender studies degree and now can't pay it back because they're working as janitors for $15 an hour. Yeah, those people are totally gonna get their loans covered for them, because yeah, why not? That's what we need, right? Is hopefully some of them got some DEI degrees and stuff. That'll help us. That'll help us in the future. The Department of Education will provide student loan forgiveness in a one-time IDR account adjustment. It affects IDR plan participants who are in public service loan forgiveness program and those with direct loans or federal family education loans, such as Parent Plus loans held by Education Department. IDR one-time account adjustment. Time that counts toward forgiveness include, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Anyways, just free money. Like, it's just, and by free money, I mean money that's driving all of our inflation up and making our buying power less. While we, why not? Well, we just help out the highest earners in the country. That seems like a great idea. And yeah, we got one more to go here. Then we'll get into a couple tunes I'm working on, maybe. But so first, to share the second article, I need to share the first article. This one's from March 10th, 2023. NYPD cops resigning in New Year, a record-breaking pace, with a 117% jump up from 2021. It's 23, skidoo. New York City cops are resigning at a record-breaking pace this year as NYPD's alarming exodus continues. According to new data obtained by the Post, the NYPD staffing emergency is approaching the points of no return, said Police Benevolent Association President Patrick Lynch. Excuse me. Shocking stats show that 239 officers tapped out in January and February, 36% spike from the 176 who fled in the same period last year, and a disturbing 117 jump from the 110 in 2021. NYPD pension data shows it's the highest number of resignations for the first 2 months of a year since 250 members quit in 2007 during a contentious contract dispute. NYPD needs to rebuild from the ground up. It's unfixable in its current state, a veteran Manhattan cop told the Post. It's not just politics and poor pay, the officer said. Precinct cops being forced to work an inhumane amount of overtime, including on their days off, while being penalized for minor uniform and administrative infractions. Meanwhile, precincts barely have enough personnel to meet the minimum requirement to safely answer 911 calls. Some officers are so disgusted that the carrot of an NYPD pension isn't even enough to keep them in. Resignations was, 2023. Total attrition, 501. Retirements, 15. Resignations projected for the full year. That's what I wanted to get at. Resignations projected for the full year, 1,400. And fast forward to the other day. New York cops leave force an alarming rate. Over 2,500 turned their badges in so far in 2023. Nick's here. Nick, what's up, dude? Good to see you, brother. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. And Ben, the trifecta is coming to fruition. War, famine, pandemic. It's interesting times, my friend. Yeah, 2,500, dude. 2,500 so far. As a total of 2,516 NYPD cops have left so far this year. Let's go back to March. They were saying resignations. Oh, okay. Wait, hold on. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see how many were. Resignations would have been, wait. Yeah. 1,040 so far. Yeah, okay, we're on track. Okay, I got confused there. Ben, what's up, chicken buggers? Dude, I tell you, man, you paint a house one time and they don't call you a painter. You lay some bricks one time and they don't call you a bricklayer, but you fuck one chicken. You'll never live it down, my friends. Water said, Mr. Hickory. Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. Excited to be here. Welcome back to the new show. You were doing what, man? Oh yeah, he's getting down on it. He's stuffing the bird a little late for Thanksgiving. You know, it's a beautiful thing. You know, a man's got to do what a man's got to do. And who are we to judge, Nick? That's I'm not above judging anyone. Anyways, a crap load. Yeah, 2,500. The workload is leading to a factor driving people away from the jobs. The union leader said if NYPD is going to survive these staffing reductions, it cannot just keep squeezing the cops for more hours. The union has proposed a flexible schedule that cops work longer hours on fewer days. Credibly, 21 cops walked away from the job earlier this year in a 2-day period, February 20 and 21st, to join the MTA. Police sources said. Even NYPD Commissioner Sewell stepped down in June amid a steady stream of New York's finest beating her to the punch. Officers typically work 20 years to collect their full pension, which can equate to 50% of their final salary. Oh, G-Dub's even here, Mr. Foley. We were just talking about you earlier, my friend, and how much fun we had on Monday. Nick said, making tomorrow's lunch. Nice. I keep in contact with the guys at the police academy. We all have the same notion. Maybe 95% of us are planning to leave. NYPD officer being assaulted in Bronx Transit. Doesn't that make you just want to sign up? Doesn't that make you just want to get out there? Oh yeah, we also mentioned that you might be appearing on December, which would be fun. Yeah, that's right. Get him. Wary officer, the workload is whittled down on NYPD is already crushing cops, and the thing will decline further down to the city, put kibosh on the next 5 police academy classes as part of planned budget cuts announced by Mayor Adams on November 16th. The same budget cuts that were there to deal with their immigration issue because they're spending too much money and they have too much immigration, and so they need to cut their budget. And one of their budget things is to just not have cadet academy for the next 5 years. So that or the next 5 classes, that should go perfectly well. It seems like perfectly good city planning they have down in New York City, as we can tell by how well it's running. John said, GWS seen you. What's cracking? The drastic cop cuts will reduce the department to just 29,000 cops by the end of the fiscal year 2025, lowest since the mid-90s, come amid a slew of citywide belt tightening. The mayor blamed the city's multi-billion-dollar migrant crisis. Well, when you vote for a sanctuary city, my friends, you got to take the hungry, the sick, and the poor. As a 45-year-old, he said that he's having a difficult time keeping up the same punishing hours he worked when he was younger. We've been working an average of 13 to 14 hours a day with a lot of protests happening in the city. He said, enough is enough. I'll have maybe one day off for the week, and I'm so tired from work I don't want to do anything. Job's taking a similar toll on young cops. 28-year-old Queens cop said, asked for anonymity. As 4 years with NYPD, his job is unbearable now, and he's looking to leave sooner than later. Spiro Georgicus, 53, a former Miami SWAT team officer who helps recruit and relocate New York City cops to greener pastures, in this case, police department to Florida, told the Post he's busier than ever and moved 60 disgruntled officers over the last 2 years. The cops who left can't believe they ever worked there. Shocking. Bong hits for Jesus while watching the world burn. That's right, man. I'll be here playing this tiny little violin as the ship sinks. Someone's got to do it. Oh, man. I should have pulled that up ahead of time, and I totally didn't. I had one that related to the cop one that I wanted to... Ba-da-da-da-da. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Sorry, I gotta stop that and then share it with screen. That one. Okay, so oh man. Video of a retail theft, an arrest at 95th and Ashland. This is in Chicago. Subject resists police and takes off running. Patrick Johnson, Henry, 32, has been taken into custody on the 9400 block of St. Justine. Was charged with 4 counts of resisting police. And yeah, let's check out the video. Aw, Sean said, miss your banter, my friend. I know. I missed G-Dubs too. It'll be all right. We will be having guests coming up shortly. That is a thing that is happening. Here we go. Let's check out and see how this arrest goes. Oh, was there audio? I guess not. Oh yeah, it wouldn't be. It was from a street cam here. So you got four of them. Make that a little bigger. Just giving all they got right here. I got to applaud them. These 4 cops are really, really giving it all they got, I think. Fast forward just a little.
Sam.
Oh, we got the radio in there. Nice.
You get another vehicle over to the system on the east side of northeast corner of 95th and Ashland.
They got 4, and we're gonna send over. That okay. Good night, everybody. I got some shit to work on. Have a good night, GW. I love you, and good luck at the comedy battle. I wish you the best, my friend.
2213, another car. 95 and Ashland, 4213.
Yeah, they're gonna send him back up. Here we go.
On the east side of the street by the liquor store, I see a couple cars. Can I get a couple more cars? All the 2s. 272. Hello?
272 on the road.
Continue, and he kind of leads them over here. They get him against the wall.
Show up.
Positive ID file.
0206. 213. All right, 95 and Ashland. Give me some more cars. Give me some more cars, 95 and Ashland.
Yeah, looks like they're doing super well.
Give me some more cars.
1008. $22.33.
Yeah, it doesn't look like more cars are coming fast enough.
33.
$22.33. We got that's in progress at Walgreens.
Out of there.
He went all day running up down on the street from 95th Street.
Yeah, the truck just parked there at like the perfect time, huh? Yeah, what a stunning and brave police force we have over there. They're doing a great job over there in Chicago. I do believe. That's hot damn. What a time to be alive, my friends. We a stunning and brave police force. Anyways, I figured I'll share a little a song I'm working on, and then I'll share the new walkout tune for the Hickory live show. Then we're gonna end the show, but yeah, I kind of wanted to write like a Christmas tune, and I like a Christmassy love song, and here's me and Molasses' attempt at doing that. I know there's a lot of bullshit going on this time of year. Sitting out here, looking at all these fucking commercials and ads. All these companies, they don't give a shit. They're just trying to make a quick buck. But I figured I'd take time to say something I wouldn't normally say. Oh, I should have prefaced with, yeah, I definitely, the female vocals in here. Sean said the only thing that guy had going for him, it was not Black Friday. It was not a Black Friday sale at Walmart. No, he got the hell out of there, though. It's, Yeah. Stunning and brave police work. So yeah, the the female vocals on this are me. So I recorded them and then pitch shifted them up an octave and ran them through a female AI and then sang the male part too. So the chorus has got a male and female vocal together, both of which are technically me. One's kind of an AI celebrity I won't name, but let's see if you guys can guess. And they have a voice of me, and then there's a kind of a cool verse I wrote, and I'm kind of digging this. And yeah, I'd love some feedback. And then we're gonna listen to Magic Man and get the hell out of here.
I've been thinking about you lately, thought it was bullshit, but I've changed maybe. Here on Christmas Day, I just wanna say Merry fucking Christmas, Santa baby.
Jingle bells turns commercial shit just like Taco Bell. The kids say Batman smells, but we know the fat man sells. And I've been doing my best to be nice and keep myself up out of hell. It's not that I'm scared of going, I'm afraid that I'll do too well. Terrified that's where I'll be when I finally find myself. And that's why I'm talking to you, cause I don't know who else to tell. And I'm turning around real good, I'm trying to do real well. But sometimes when I watch Shameless, it feels like I watch myself. And then I found love, and now here we are. I'm writing a Christmas song in the snow outside of the car. And I don't know about us, and I don't know who we are, but I know that I want you around for you to not go too far. I don't know what to say, babe, it's too much to go through. You gotta do with the bad news, take a bruise like it don't affect you. I just wanted to say, Merry fucking Christmas, baby. I've really wanted to say I've been thinking about you lately.
I've been thinking about you lately, thought it was bullshit, but I've changed maybe. Here on Christmas Day, I just wanna say Merry fucking Christmas, Santa baby.
So yeah, digging that. But let's get to it. The Magic Man. This was a the Wellerman parody I wrote a while ago, and I think I might have even played a little bit on the after show last time. Like, actually, the Magic Man 2 should be here. This is what it sounded like initially, and I was never quite happy with it, and it kind of had a cool vibe, but it just wasn't doing it for me. So
There once was a magician named Hickory who wasn't too funny with a belly of tea. Nerves went up, the beers went down, the boys too drunk for the show. Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when the show is done, we'll pay him to leave and go.
which makes me think I actually might need a couple more vocal tracks on the new version. But here we go. Let's check this out. Nick said, love it, brother. Keep it up. Thank you. I appreciate you.
There once was a magician named Hickory who wasn't too funny with a belly of tea. Nerves went up, the beers went down, oh boys too drunk for the show. The drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when your show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go. Not 10 minutes for his next pour. The keg went dry, he went to the store. Didn't have the ale he had gotten before, so from craft to crap we go. The drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when his show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go. La da 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 da. Served his whiskey water. He tried to harpoon the barkeep starter. He found out, reclaimed the drinks he bought her. How could he stoop that low? The drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when his show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go. No strings attached, the magician was freed. He had a mind full of filth and greed. He belonged to the magician's creed, but he's too drunk for the show. Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when his show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go. La da 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 da, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. 40 nights or even more, beers were lost, he was down to 4. Where did those kegs go? Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when your show is done, you'll have to pay to leave and go. As I've heard, this show's still on. The magician's still drunk and the crowd's not gone. The magician makes his regular call to encourage the drunks, the wizards and all. Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when your show is done, you'll have to pay to leave and go. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Drunk and underwhelming scum to trick you with cards and steal your rum. One day when your show is done, you'll have to pay him to leave and go.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one. So thank you guys for indulging me and having fun listening to some random tunes. But that's pretty much all I got for this one. Thank you guys. It's been super fun, man. I'm enjoying the TDAU show. But yeah, this Friday I'll be live on stage in Pomfret at the Grange Theater as part of a Christmas spectacular. It's like a play. It's kind of like a play, but there's performers that are part of the play. And yeah, I'm excited. I'll be doing two short 5-ish minute sets, and it should be a blast. I've got some cool stuff planned for it. I'm excited, and hopefully the beautiful assistant will remember to film so I can share some of my segments on the show next week, because that would be awesome. And then the 15th, I am at Movie Roast down at Middlebury. That's right. Not performing any magic, just magic on the mic. I'll be down at Movie Roast ripping apart with both Pierre and my buddy G-Dubs. We'll be ripping apart the I shouldn't say ripping apart. It seems more mean-spirited. Actually, I guess it is pretty mean-spirited. We'll be roasting, absolutely roasting the hell out of the Star Wars Christmas special, which I'm absolutely stoked for. Ben just commented down. Glad he got part of the show. And it's always good to see that fine feller. Dig the Christmas jingle. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Anyways, that's all I got for this one. Thank you guys for joining me, and I will see you. We'll just be live for a few minutes. I might play another song or two in the that I'm working on in the post. And yeah, that's all I got. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys next time. But I have a really cool exit thing now, so check that out.
Above all else, I just want to say thank you. Have a beautiful night. Drunk Magician out. Cheers. Now let's get the credits. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate the help. Cause this is a show I do by myself. I produce the shit myself.